Chilla's art is one of, if not my favorite small indie horror developer. They finally got a shred of popularity recently from YouTubers playing their newer games like The Closing Shift and The Bathhouse. They make retro VHS short horror games. They're incredibly atmospheric and stand out from the bunch because of the film grain they put over the screen. For my series of covering smaller indie horror stories, I wanted to continue it by going through their releases one by one. I decided to start with one of their first shorter games called Okaeri, also known as Welcome Home in English. Okaeri begins with a girl walking home from school. Once she enters her home, she looks around, finding all the doors seemingly locked. The house is lined with empty boxes and packages. After checking her bedroom door, she hears a door creak open slowly from downstairs. The girl thinks it might be her mom arriving home. The door that opened leads to the kitchen. She walks in and doesn't find her mom home, but something must have opened the door. Opening the sliding doors to a living space and going to the closet in the back, it turns out a stray cat has made its way into the house, relievingly. Looking around the kitchen a bit more, she claims it's been a week since they moved in and that she should clean up the clutter around. Looking at a picture of her mom on a table nearby, she notes that her mom hasn't been feeling too well lately. Having examined the kitchen well enough, she makes her way toward the door she entered. A loud bang comes from upstairs. She follows as the air grows more unnerving. Making her way towards her bedroom, the door is seemingly unlocked now. There's nothing but a flashlight on the desk inside. She takes it since it's gotten dark outside. Near pitch black, in fact. Some time must have passed since entering. When she opens her door to leave, the house seems to have shifted a bit. Something is different. The doors that were locked before have all been unlocked. Opening her mom's bedroom door, she finds a tiny safe inside. It makes the girl curious to know why her mom has such an out-of-place item in a half-moved-into house. In the same room, there's black kanji on the wall that says 7. It seems there's a code on the walls of the rooms that were previously unenterable. Did her mother do this? Did she want her to open the safe, or is somebody else messing with her? Either way, this isn't an average prank. The air seems a lot more tense. While reading a note in the other room upstairs, some footsteps can be heard from elsewhere in the house. She goes downstairs to find the other numbers, and she does find another number in the restroom. And she turns around after and looks into the dining room. In an instant, she sees all the furniture on the ceiling. Her heart sinks at the visual of her own house being overturned like this. Somebody had to be doing this to her. A sick joke. Maybe they attached it to the ceiling themselves. Either that or she's just going insane. Making her way through the space and all the way to the back where the stray cat was, she does indeed find another number, as well as in the closet nearby. That should be all that she needs to open the safe now. Returning upstairs, she enters the numbers into the mechanism. It clicks open. There is a paper inside. A little envelope, actually. On closer examination, the girl is shocked to realize that it's a debt. Her mom had kept a debt secret from her until now. While reeling from the thoughts of what it could mean, another loud slam echoes from downstairs. Slowly this time, she makes her way down the carpeted steps to see more papers messily thrown around the hardwood in front of the main door. When reaching the bottom of the steps near the entryway door, the girl turns her head around and sees it. A pale arm dangling beside blue nurse's scrubs in the shower room. Her breathing grows heavy. She makes her way closer. A chair sits sideways on the shower room floor. It's been toppled over. Above it is a dead body. Her mom. A rope cord bound to her neck and connected to the light fixture. She's hung. Her mom hung herself. Her eyes are bloody. Her mother's lifeless hand is gripping at the rope around her neck, covered in blood. She must have regretted the decision and struggled to undo it after the chair fell. The girl, horrified at the visual, barely being able to take breaths and holding back tears, she turns from the ghastly sight to find a note her mother must have written. 4 hours pass directly after the encounter. The girl is in the forest now, on a trail path in the dark. It must be long past nightfall. The only thing she has left is her weak flashlight. She continues down the rocky slope slowly and comes to a clearing. Within it is an old stone shrine. She advances towards the shrine. It has a chair in the center with a rope hanging down from the rafters. Without hesitation, she doesn't stop her advance. She climbs onto the chair and looks up at the noose above her. The screen goes black. Welcome home. Okaeri is around a 20-minute venture with a very straightforward story, and that's the reason I started with this one. The other games have more interesting stories in my opinion, given that they're longer and more fleshed out, but Okaeri makes for a good intro into Chilla's art. My theory for the ending is that her mother committed suicide because she couldn't handle the weight of her debt, and the note the girl found at the end probably told her an apology for passing the debt down to her. So the girl, straddled with not only a dead mom, but her mother's debt as well, takes the same way out and goes to the shrine. Although I still didn't understand why she had to go to some random shrine instead of staying in the house. But whatever, maybe she was just feeling spontaneous. Once again, this is another in the series where I explain smaller indie game horror stories. If that's your thing, subscribing and liking helps give these niche games more traction, as well as helps us out. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.